Y'all, I was sitting here watching Congo, and I was thinking about a long time ago. My mama took me to Charles. I was probably about 7 years old, probably. I was probably younger, but we was in this area buying some clothes. This area was far from our destination, at least a 35-minute ride. In this area, we seen this guy pushing a buggy. Looked like an old white man with a beard. Looked like them images they make of Jesus Christ. He looked like that, but he was like a person who lived on the street. He had a buggy full of stuff. Same, he had these weird clothes on like rags, and um, he was pushing. The buggy was full of stuff, and he was pushing it. Like he was going to another place to rest. Well, anyway, we all seen the man clearly. You know, good. So we drove to this woman house named Ticket, the one I told y'all do witchcraft, root voodoo, I think. This woman, the reason why I say that, this woman house was made crazy in the inside, and she had these jewels hanging from the ceiling and stuff. And you had to move them out the way to get to it. She had this little coffee looking table, and cards was on it. It was real witchy, man. Real witchy. The whole place was. She put me in this water bed and I just fell asleep. I slept good though. But before that day, our family was straight. I can remember that much because 7 years old, I only remember having one Christmas, and it was about that age. After that, our family went straight to hell. Whatever happened that night, our family went straight to hell. But after that, before that, though, going back to what I said about the guy that was pushing the buggy, we got out the car, we got to the destination. Remember now, this ride was about an hour away. We got to the destination. We seen that same guy on the same street looking. It was dark. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning or 12 in the morning. It might have been 11, but it was dark. We seen that same guy. You got street lights. We seen that same exact guy pushing the buggy. Scared mama to death. She said, "Run in the house, run in the house. Y'all run in the house." It didn't scare me though, but that image stayed with me for the rest of my life. I guess all the way up to this moment for me to tell it. I remember God telling me, "I always been with you, watching everybody do what they've been doing, and this is what we built you for. This is the moment we built you for." And anyway, I learned something. Uh, I felt like I was such a happy baby before this moment, healthy and everything. After this, wickedness started to fall on the family. My mama went crazy. She basically went crazy. And it was like the spell that whatever happened to her started happening to everybody who participated in this situation. Everybody just went crazy. Cause we had it going on before then. They got this, and now they got this workshop. My family got a workshop somewhere where they doing something they ain't got no business. But anyway, but anyway, I learned something in this, y'all, and it might help a lot of men out there. These root workers, voodoo to that degree, they can mess with everything on your body. From your spirit, well, they try to think they do distort the spiritual for a little bit. They confuse the spiritual for a little bit, but it don't last. They just do it in the spiritual to manipulate the physical. And I found out that they can mess with everything on your body, from your sex to your limbs, everything. They can mess with everything on your body. They can literally shrivel you, shrivel you up. Your arms, your limbs, everything on your body. And I was just sitting here thinking, I was like, what if all this stuff, what if a lot of people situation that's abnormal when it comes to their physical, what if it's all done by witchcraft? I was thinking about Jesus when he healed the man with the withered arms. It was almost like he moved something out the way. And that's what I was thinking now that I've been in the spiritual realm and in the human mechanism, the congruism of the spiritual in the human body. It's like these are entities that's connected to you. They holding on your body and shit, and you just gotta move them out the way. That's what Jesus did. So he had elevated so high, he probably could when he did get to the point where he was healing it instantly. That's what it was. And I noticed that in colds and fevers and stuff. I noticed that just in that, I don't notice it. And when it comes to um, physical arrangements, because I haven't elevated to that level, it's like you gotta order that, you gotta buy that stuff out of the spiritual store and upgrade it inside of you. I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but it's like Jesus told these things to move, like the man with the demons in him. He told him, "What are you doing here?" It was like he didn't see that, like dogs and animals. He didn't see that man. He saw the demon connected to that man, and he told the demon to leave. Now, when you look at it like that, to the physical eye, it looked like Jesus looked in the man, saying, but Jesus can actually see what was around the man. Same with the man with the withered arms. These are demons. These is probably demons, strong entities that's attached to people, and that's probably how he did that. I was just sitting here thinking about that because when it comes to the sex department, these people can do things with these dolls or whatever they be getting, and they can mess with your oxygen, and whatever they do to whatever they got, it would affect you in the physical. Man, ain't that wicked? That is so wicked. But anyway, I'm listening to the guy. I'm talking to the guy in them right now. That's why I told you I don't need my phone. I just need my phone to clarify stuff because I don't get it. Sometimes I get caught up in whatever they got going on over there, and I go too far out there. So actually, the phones help me bring me back. Sometimes I can hear guys saying higher, lower, higher, which that means, let's say I'm gonna use a female. Let's say I'm thinking about a female, but it's the vibration too low. It'll say higher. All right, and let's say I'm thinking about a female, the vibration too high, it said lower. So that's where I'm at. It's like, I don't know. I think a lot of this will get cleared up when I finally meet my significant other. Because whoever coming gonna have that other glass, basically that other, you know, that other part that's gonna complete the both of us. It's like once we get together, it's like one of us the crystal ball to the other. But anyway, that's the beauty in twin flame soulmate. You get your real powers and you get supernatural power. That's why there's so much force against soulmates and twin flames coming together because you get a supernatural ability or power no matter who you are on this earth. You really do. It might not be, so y'all hear that ghost? It might not be dramatic, like, you're gonna fly like Superman or something, but it definitely be something that's got something to do with one of the clairs or something. And You'll see. Y'all will see. When people start really meeting their soulmates and trees, you're gonna become very upset with everybody around you, and you're gonna instantly cut people off. You're gonna instantly cut them off because it's gonna scare you because you're gonna realize, whether they seem good or bad, you're gonna realize they were working for the enemy. If you're a true child of God, you're gonna cut them off. But yeah, I just want to tell that story, y'all. I seen this as a child, and it affected me. It affected the family. Everything went just straight to hell. And my mama was the kind of person she'd do anything with my daddy. Anything. She was just, I don't know. You know, when you got women like that that do anything for a man, you gotta be careful. Like in the streets, we used to meet people. Not even saying she was wrong. It's overly love, I guess. I don't know what that is. But in the streets, me and my brother, when we used to have to, like I said, make up these blueprints to shut things down, it'll always lead to an obsessive woman that's in love with somebody and doing everything for a coward. Not saying, my pa was a coward or nothing, but just saying in the streets, that's how it was. Like, let's say we gang bangers and we're going around trying to get the bad gang bangers. And when it narrowed down to who was doing all the secret, getting people killed and robbed and stuff like that, it's this little punk, man. And this woman, his woman harder than him. She the one doing all the murdering. Love that man. Ooh, obsessively loving him. Just love him. Ooh, really, really, real bad. In a way, sex can't do that to you. It was obviously magic. And it worked. Like somebody was experimenting on a woman or something, and it worked. There's very few men that I know that done tried it, and it's very few men that actually get it to work. But the few men who do get it to work, like I said, when me and my brother used to break that stuff down to get a lot of stuff to stop before it really gets started, it'd be a woman. It'd be a woman doing all the killing, bro. Not saying it could be like that all the time. We men, though, you get what I'm saying? So I'm sure it's like that, vice versa. Of course it is. But of course it is. I know men who attack me for women. But in these cases, it was a woman obsessively in love with a man and doing whatever for that one man. Out of all the men in the world, she could have. The woman probably be gorgeous. Out of all the men in the world, could have had or should have had, she was just obsessed with this one person, and it'll lead to that. But I'm just looking at it. I'm like, all these people that got these uh, situations in life that man feel like they can't fit. What if though? Because it's almost like now I'm sitting here thinking about Jesus. The one the healing that impressed me the most that Jesus done was the people that had withered limbs. And I'm like, how did he do that? And I'm sitting here thinking about it now. I was just sitting here thinking about it because I probably got 5 different displays, and I never knew what the hell that was. But I always heard it was like a curse, what they say, a curse variety or something like that. But it still didn't make no sense. But now looking at it, when you look at it like, let's say you look at it like dolls, people make dolls of folk. Now when you look at it, you be like, wait a minute, that might make sense right there. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if I pray and meditate and get high enough, everything go back to normal on me. But it'll immediately go back to other stages if I start to descend in my prayer and meditation, not descend in the physical realm, but descend in the spiritual realm, which is normal for a human being to do. So I was like, just maybe, what if this will solve a problem for the whole world? It's a slim possibility that this could be true. But if it is true, that will mean either it's a generational curse Our parents, a lot of parents done this to their kids over time. Whatever it is, it's wicked.